In this video, we're going to enter some banking transactions. The first transaction we're going to enter is a bank payment. So if I choose the bank payment option, I'm going to enter this against bank number 1. Okay, and we're going to enter this for £100. There's a few fields here that need to be filled in, and we're going to enter it with a check number of 1. And we're just going to put the payee as employee wages. Down the bottom here we can analyse what the opposite entry of our journal is going to be. One side's going to obviously post to our bank nominal control. The other side we're going to put to 7,003, which is staff salaries, and it's just going to be £100 like so. It warns me here to say you've entered an amount greater than the available funds, because I'm in negative from all the supplier payments I've been doing in the previous modules. So I'm going to say yes, I still want to continue and make that payment. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is do a bank receipt, which is obviously receiving some money into our bank account. And this time we're going to do into the Euro bank account, not the main bank account, so I shouldn't have gone into there. Let's choose the right bank account. There's the Euro bank account. We're going to just put it in payslip 1. We're going to do a receipt from MISC, and we're going to have an amount of €100. We're going to have the nominal code down the bottom. We're going to analyse the 4995 nominal, which is our other income nominal. Save that, gets a bank receipt number, and that's our receipt done. Next thing we're going to do is create a petty cash payment. So if I go in here, it says which petty cash account do you want to use. We've only got the one set up as default, so I'm going to go into that petty cash account. Okay, and all we're going to do is have it for general expenses. So in here, I'm going to put a narrative of general expenses, and that's going to be for an amount of £10. And the nominal code down here is going to be our postage and packing nominal, which is 5906, and we can save that, and that's basically the same as doing a bank payment as well. It's just a little bit less detail on the form. The next thing we're going to do is a bank transfer between two of our bank accounts. If I get rid of that and go into transfer funds, okay, now we can obviously put references on this if we want to say why we transferred this money across. But basically we're going to transfer £1,000. So it's going to take £1,000 out of our current account, and we're going to put that into our Euro bank account. Okay, now with the exchange rate, it works out that we're going to be receipting €1,450 into our Euro bank account, but we're actually going to change that amount, and we're going to say actually it's working out to €1,700, and when I change that, it'll amend the exchange rate to reflect the receipt amount that I've put in. Down here I can also enter bank charges, so maybe we're going to get charged for putting this money from one currency amount to another. So let's say that we're going to get charged €10, which I can enter down there. So then if I save that, that will have moved the money from one to another. The next thing I'm going to do is another transfer fund, but this time I'm going to move it from my current account across to my petty cash account. So it's the exact same thing really, £100 in there, select which account I want it to go to, which is my petty cash account, and obviously it's in the same currency and there's no charges for doing this. So I'm just going to save that to move the funds across from that account to the other. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is deposit some undeposited receipts. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is create some undeposited receipts. So I'm going to go in and create a couple of 2 or 3 receipts in the customer ledger. I'll create one against a Toy Customer UK for £100. The important thing is to tick the undeposited option here. The second one is going to be against a French customer for €100, again as undeposited, and the last one is going to be against the Toy Customer Receipt UK again, and this is going to be for £200 this time. Okay, once again undeposited. So this is useful for people who maybe pay the checks in at the end of the week or something like that, and they want to actually record it as going into the bank accurately. So what I can now do is go back into the banking module, and down here we've got deposit receipts, and what I can now do is transfer these undeposited ones across. So I can either do them one by one if I only want to do certain ones, or I can move them all across like so. And then if I save this transaction here, this will actually post them all through to the bank. So if I save that there and then drill down into the main current account, I can see now all the transactions that are happening under this bank. So I can see my 3 that went in under the one under that one deposit, and I can see these other fund transfers that I was doing. The next thing I'm going to do is about reconciliation. I'm going to run this on our main bank account, Bank 1 again, and we've already done a reconciliation on this before, so we've got a last reconcile balance. This reconciliation is going to be as of the 31st of January, and we need to put a statement balance in there, which is going to be 1897.51. Okay, so when I put that balance in there, it will tell us what the difference between those two figures are, and as I tick the transactions, that figure will adjust. So I'm now going to tick the transactions. So I've got an opening balance payment there for 100, I've got another payment for 100, and then I've got a payment for 471.43. Okay, and then on the other side, on the deposits to the bank, I've got a receipt there for 100. I've also got my void payment that I did for 100, and I've also got receipt 3, 4, and 5, which were my undeposited ones that I deposited all at once. So when I click one of them, they all go in as tick, because obviously I put them into the bank together. So when I've done ticked all them transactions, I've got 0 difference now, so I can now reconcile the bank. I've now reconciled it, and if I go into the history, I can now see I've got 2 reconciliations in there, whereas I only had 1 before, and we can obviously drill back in and amend them. That concludes the banking module, and the next will be the accounting transactions.